are live now. Cool. That was something. Got a little stutter there. Let me post on Discord and all that we're live now. Alright. Good evening, everyone. I suppose I should probably start by actually, saying good evening. It's been a while since I streamed a game just from my computer instead of using the capture card. It's almost 11 p.m. and I still have a full cup of coffee on me right now. The insanity, I tell you. And yeah, we're gonna kill the giant worm first, because slimes are prone to run away. Well, in hindsight, it would have made more sense to kill the slime first, wouldn't it? Maybe. Alright, hold on, let me check something. Oh, the audio is trying to do a thing. There we go. I love the music in this game. I haven't gotten very far in this game. This is still technically a blind playthrough. I've gotten to the middle of chapter 2 in this game, and that is the length I've played. I've technically seen a little further. Like, I know this game's format is like it kind of swaps perspectives until you finally play as the hero later on, but I haven't actually gotten that far, or seen that far for that matter. I've seen a few perspectives. Like, I've seen our boy Ragnar's perspective, I've seen the chapter 2 character perspective, and I think I've seen chapter 3. I'm not gonna say who it is though, because spoilers, of course. Oh, I'm poisoned. That's cool. Oh, and we got a medical herb. Nice. Let's get rid of poison here. Well, time to buy a new one. I'm also going to use one of my many medical herbs to make more inventory space. Yeah, look, we're at 55 HP. Well, I guess I did just level up right before starting the stream, so that's probably why I'm surprised. I'm like, wait, I thought I only had like 44 HP or something like that. I don't know. This game's been a delight so far, though. But as is tradition, when I play old school Dragon Quest games, I like to grind a fair amount. Right now, I'm grinding for the gold to get the highest tiered weapon in the starting town. Which, when we go back in there to buy, I almost said to buy poison, to buy another antidote herb, I'll show you guys how much it costs. But yeah, hang on, let's see. Oh, 224. And not terrible, but not impressive, as Caroline and Justine from Persona 5 would say. But I've loved what I've played of this game so far. I have a little bit of wisdom tooth pain. I have my wisdom teeth coming back in, so that's an interesting question, because my girlfriend and I, well, I guess I can't really say my girlfriend, because if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably know her by now. Kayla and I, we've talked about that before, about how our wisdom teeth, like, they don't grow in and stay. They'll come in for a little bit, kind of hang out there for a while, and then, like, retract. Does that happen to anyone else? Does that sound like a real thing? It happens to us, and it's confusing. And, I probably sound crazy describing it, but that's just the truth of the matter. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time, because I'll go long periods of time without wisdom tooth pain, And every once in a while, it'll just kind of pop up at the back of my jaw and cause a bit of pain before disappearing. Like, is that a thing? I have no clue. It happens though. That's just kind of life. Oh, got ourselves. Oh, come on. Well, I mean, we ran the risk, and that's what happens. I think once you reach a certain level threshold, the enemies just start running away from you. So, yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. Also, yeah, sorry there's some screen tearing at the edges when there's vertical movement for some reason. I don't know where that comes from, but that's just kind of what I've been dealing with. It's particularly on the emulator I'm using. It happens when I play Mother 1 as well. Because, yeah, Mother 1 is like, I only have 2 games on this emulator. It's this game and then Mother 1. Specifically the, I think it's the 25th anniversary edition or whatever. It's like a special version, like a fan-made version of the game, where the creators of the ROM, it's like a ROM hack, they modded the game to have the sprites look more like their clay models, and the map design is just more thoughtful in general. Some of the more brutal dungeons are made more accessible, and the game in general just has an easier difficulty. It was basically made to make the game more accessible as a whole, because the original Mother 1 can be pretty brutal if you're like not used to the way the game works, and even if you are used to the way the game works, it's still tough. Like, there's no hiding that, that's for sure. And how much gold are we at again? Okay, 286. I think at this rate, we might as well just grind up to level 10, because it's going to take us a bit to earn the gold we need. You know, I also keep forgetting I'm supposed to go back and grab an antidote herb, so let's do that real quick. Let's see, which one's the item shop? I think it's the one up here. I've been through this town so many times, and I keep forgetting which shop is which. This is why in later Dragon Quest games they label which shop is which. Alright, thank you. And I'm good. Alright, and the weapon shop is over here. Let me show you the weapon I'm going for. I'm going for the chain sickle. I don't know if Ragnar can equip that. I'm assuming all the weapons here are weapons he can equip, since I think he's the only actual party member we get. We do get like a guest party member later on, but they can't really equip anything. So I take it all the weapons and they're equipable by Ragnar here, so that's the hope. And I mean, even if it turns out he can't equip it and it was a waste of time grinding for all this gold, I still don't think it's a waste of time. It's not a waste of time to get stronger. Even if the end goal you have in mind isn't really what you intended on doing, or isn't really in what you intended on, it's really not that bad a thing. I personally enjoy the grind. That's kind of why I like these games so much. The main reason I'm playing this now is because yesterday was Dragon Quest Day. And on Dragon Quest Day, I finally came to the end of Dragon Quest III, which was a 95-hour ordeal for me. Because I like to grind a lot. And I did that a lot in that game. And it turns out I actually didn't do enough. You're supposed to have everyone up to level 40 by the time you get to the final boss. And on my first attempt, my sage was only level 38. Not to mention, I didn't have the Sphere of Light. So, yeah, if you've beaten Dragon Quest III, you know very well. It's brutal. It's such a fun series, though. I still have yet to have a bad time with the Dragon Quest game. Like, there are some parts in these games that kind of get to me a little bit. Like, there's a part in Dragon Quest XI that I've gotten to in both my first and second playthrough, and I'm on my second playthrough now, where I find myself just kind of endlessly grinding, and that gets annoying. I know I don't have to. I think Kayla even beat the game at level 80 or something along those lines. Or I think even level 70. I remember Chaos Party was just not super high level at the end of the game. But I'm on my second playthrough, and I have the need to complete everything. So that means getting everyone up to level 99, completing as much of their skill trees as the game will allow, at least on the skills that matter. Oh, how nice of you. Completing every single side quest. Oh, a little bit of emulation issues there. And then, where was I going with this? Yeah, screw the stag beetle. I think, yeah, the giant worm gives more XP anyway. And then, what else goes into, I think I'm gonna try to go for the, Super Sword of Light or whatever it's called. The one you can only get by beating all the horse races, but no promises on that. I'll 100% the game for everything else but that, if need be, because, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the horse racing in Dragon Quest XI, but I'll still at least give it a try. I'll give it a shot, see how it goes. Ultimately, I'm just in the game to have fun, and I already know the story. I beat the game originally when it first came out on the PS4, so I'm no stranger to the story, but, oh, I'm poisoned again? Man, I literally just bought an antidote herb. I keep losing my train of thought because of the game, but, you know, I can't even say because of the game. That's just how my brain works. Like, my train of thought does not exist. What was I saying before all this? Oh yeah, something about Dragon Quest XI and the whole ordeal about horse racing and all that. You know, I forgot completely where I was going with that, and so I apologize. It happens though. I mean, I'm sure you guys get it. It's late at night anyway. I am not expecting myself to be in tip-top shape right now. Oh, we're actually already almost to our goal. We've just casually busted out like 100 gold in just a little or a short amount of time. But if we keep getting poisoned, we keep having to spend money on that stuff, but it's okay. This game's about the journey, not the destination. I feel like the same can be said about most games, to be honest. Also, I'm going to turn the game volume up because it looks very quiet, so hopefully that's a little better. Alright. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to click that. I accidentally minimized OBS instead of opening my emulator back up. Oh, the pains of not having dual monitors, but to be honest, I've never actually had personal dual monitors. The only times I've ever actually used dual monitors were for work, basically. Oh yeah, well, after I take a sip of coffee, I'm gonna tell you guys something cool. Something cool. There you go. Okay. So I recently got a new computer. I don't have it yet. It's not going to be delivered until Thursday. As soon as we get stuff situated with the post office, because a whole bunch of crap went down, and neither of us exactly have the schedule to go to the post office and fix it. But I should be getting a computer in this Thursday. It's a gaming computer, so much more powerful than the one I'm using, which I'm incredibly excited for because I really want to use the PS2 emulator. I got the PS2 emulator to work on this computer. I say that with air quotes because it works, it functions, but it runs horribly. It is incredibly slow. Same for the Nintendo DS emulator, and that's another emulator I really want to get working, because there are a lot of Nintendo DS games I really want to play again that I had as a kid but don't anymore, and the price of Nintendo DS games is insane right now, so I can't really afford to just go out and buy them, but, you know, that's what emulation's for. Emulation is designed for, it's not exactly just for piracy, I think it's part of a game preservation. A lot of these games end up getting lost to history just due to them not being produced anymore or manufactured. And then the only way you can buy them is from scalpers who want ridiculous amounts of money for them because that's all people care about. So the only other way to play them is through emulation. And for some reason, companies are so against emulation. Like, you go and look for Nintendo games on any website, and most of them have been taken down. I'm lucky that I found the ones that I have. I'm lucky that I can still play my NES emulator, to be honest. But they really crack down on that crap because they want to monopolize. And they're like, we're not going to let you play our game without paying money. Which, I mean, from a business and artistic standpoint, it makes sense. They want their money. And, I mean, despite being one of the richest companies in the world, it's like, Nintendo still has artists working there, and it's not right to pirate art. So, I totally get that perspective. But at the same time, I feel like preservation of these old games is so important. Also, I feel like I had an original point here that I was talking about, and now it's completely slipped my mind. Because of course it did. Hang on, where are we at in gold? Oh, we're getting there. I'd say we'll stop once we hit like 600, I think. And then we can start finally progressing the plot. Once we start encountering stronger enemies, though, I want to grind again, because grinding is very important to me. As a person, it's what makes me whole. It fills that little piece of my soul that... It's like... It activates the, it activates the monkey brain that goes happy when... or that gets happy when numbers go up. It's like, ooh, number go up, I'm better at the game now. That's kind of why I love turn-based RPGs, to be honest. It's fun to just kind of sit here and grind numbers out, basically, and just get better, make your characters stronger, and overcome obstacles that you wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Also, if I recall correctly, the boss of Chapter 1 is actually pretty tough, and when I first played Chapter 1, I was level 12, so... We still have a ways to go before we're able to really challenge the first boss in this game. Okay, and you know what? I figured I'd take the gamble and kill him and we're good. Because I don't think the giant worm ever runs away. The only enemies I've ever actually seen run are the stag beetles and slimes, but everything else usually stays. Oh, and I guess babbles, but those count as slimes, basically. Alright, let's see. Thank you, RNGesus. There we go. Also, I'm recording this at the same time as streaming, so if there's a lot of buffering on Twitch, a better version will be posted on YouTube immediately after the stream ends. So, if you missed the stream, or if you tried to watch it and it looked terrible because I have less than reliable equipment, yeah, hey, just check YouTube out and the video or the VOD will be there. Because I believe in accessibility, and I don't know why I didn't think of doing this sooner. I'm gonna kill the stag beetle first because they give more gold than slimes. They give the same amount of XP though, but we get double the gold for killing a stag beetle that we would for a slime, so I figure it's more worth it. There are some fights, I think I've actually done some fights in this stream alone, where I try to kill the stag beetle first, but RNGesus was just not on my side, and next thing I know, what am I trying to say? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. My brain thought I was in a battle again for some reason. I meant to check something. Yeah, here we go. And let me do something. I forgot the chat box was out of the... The chat box was in a not so convenient place on screen, so I wanted to make sure we changed that. Oh, we're slowly getting to our goal. But yeah, I'd sometimes just get into fights where, like, I just get poor luck and both enemies would run, and it's like, oh, well, okay, that's cool, no XP or money. Thanks for just wasting my time there, enemies, but at the same time, I don't really consider it a waste of time, because that's just the game, and I feel like there's no such thing as wasting your time with the game, as long as you're still having fun with it. The point in which you're no longer having fun, then I feel it becomes a waste of time. But I'm still having fun with it because I love Dragon Quest. Hey, check that out. We actually got a fair amount of gold for that one. And that's why I feel like the stag beetles are worth killing. Just because they provide a fair amount of gold, so it's good when starting out like this. And I think I already have all the best defensive equipment I can get at this point in the game, so right now I'm just focused on offense. Because I'm one of those players who will focus on defense first, even though it's, from an efficiency standpoint, it's more appropriate to focus on offense because you can kill enemies faster and thus gain money at a faster rate, but I don't know. I've always preferred getting armor and stuff first. I like the idea of knowing that I'm going to be protected going into battle, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it does in some way. But it's late, I'm just kind of rambling and grinding in the game, so not much is happening. Also, you know what? I've resolved to stop at level 8. I know we said we'd stop at once we got to 600 gold, but I kind of want to test something. Oh, cool, thank you. Literally no one got an attack that turn. That's awesome. But I guess whichever, if I get to level 8 before I get to 600 gold, then I will get up to 600 gold. But if I get up to 600 gold but I'm not level 8 yet, then I'll keep grinding. That's my idea. Or at least that's my plan. Also, I'm kind of surprised my voice isn't as tired as it normally would be. I just finished a work day today, and I got off like 3 hours ago. Yeah, 3 hours ago. So, yeah, my voice is still in decent shape, despite also drinking coffee, which isn't very good for your throat, but I drink it anyway. Alright, I'm gonna assume we're gonna get to 600 gold before we level up, so I think we might as well just stick in here for the long run and put our nose to the grindstone or whatever. I hope your guys' days went okay. I'd normally say well, but, you know, life's so crazy right now that I feel like having an okay day is kind of a rarity right now for a lot of people. So, I just hope that you managed throughout the day. That's my only hope. You managed to at least wake up. You don't necessarily need to really do anything. It's like, your life, your own personal value isn't measured by your productivity or whatever you do in life, but it's like, as long as you just manage to live, like, I mean, that's all you really need. Also, that was a good level up. Oh, and we're at 600 gold. Let's buy that new weapon, and then rest at the inn. And then I think I'll save, although I don't really need to, and then we will make more progress. Yeah, chain sickle. So, would the game tell you before you can't equip something? I know this is like a blind playthrough, but I'm like genuinely curious. Also, look at that attack increase. Damn. Alright, let's go ahead and sell our old weapon. Thorn Whip, we no longer need you. And we get a decent return out of that, not bad. And I don't really need to buy anything else, so let's just go stay at the inn. And I proceed to go to the opposite way, despite the inn actually being the only shop in town that's labeled. Okay, there's a bit of a glitch in the Matrix, but that's alright. Let's save real quick. And then I'm also kind of curious to see how far we have until the next level up, too. I suppose we can do that while we're here. Yes, I am. Inform me, good sir, or madam, or non-binary person. 363. That's a lot. We're not gonna get that in this area. Well, we could if we wanted to, but the amount of XP we gain is so insignificant that it really doesn't matter in the end. Ooh, that's a decent damage increase. Yeah, I think I'm good with everything else. Like, I think I've gotten all the defense equipment I need. I've got 2 medical herbs and 1 antidote herb in stock. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 2 medical herbs. I think we're good for now. So we can go up to this cave and finally go dungeon crawling. First dungeon crawl of the game. You know, I kind of started the stream sort of in the middle of the chapter, but to be honest, you guys didn't really miss much plot-wise. Basically, kids are going missing. We're a knight from this castle, and we are trying to investigate why kids are going missing. That's pretty much the plot that's going on right now. Also, why is this cave kind of reminiscent of the beginning crystal cave from Final Fantasy III? I think it's the color of the walls. It kind of reminds me of that, of the Earth Cave. So all it's missing is the music. Oh, a treasure chest. Medical herb, eh. We don't really need that right now. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay find, but, you know, if I get something better, I know the first thing I'm dropping. Oh, there's a person up here. Hello? Watch this thing. Oh, you know, I was totally expecting the slime to go first and run away. Because that's just what happens sometimes. Oh, okay. On his way to his Mint Village as well. Well, that's nice. So do these paths just kind of go the same way? I kind of get that feeling that we're just going the same direction that we would have gone if we went down the other path. I think so. I guess, yeah, it looks like they would have led the same way. Alright, I have full inventory, but we'll see. Oh! 40 pieces of gold? You know what, well, we don't need inventory space for that. There's a tower here. I wonder what that denotes. Can I not do the sell us not to be trick from Final Fantasy? Probably not. Let's see. You're not playing the woods. Noted. And then immediately go to play in the woods. Oh, we're already encountering stronger enemies. This is perfect. How much XP will we get from this? That's a lot of XP. Holy crap. Well, we know where we're grinding next. I think I will go into town, though. It's nighttime, though, but might as well check on everyone. Yeah, I figured we can get in here. Oh, well, you know what? We're gonna raid the dresser first. The sign of a true hero. Looting people's... no, I'm gonna abandon the medical herb. Oh, there's a person back there, though. I see. First, let's go up here. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, and a person, I guess, but most importantly, cat. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Hello, good sir. Some funny shoes, huh? Well, I guess their son's name is Pokos, probably. I think there's usually someone in that inn during the day, but I'm not quite sure. It's impossible? Eh. It's the world of Dragon Quest, my dude. I don't think anything's impossible. The man in the underground jail before, in the town of Berland. Oh. I think I remember what he's talking about. Are you just strolling around this central garden area, my dude? I guess so. Probably not much else to do for guard right now. Despite the fact that we're literally investigating children going missing. It's anyone's guess, my dude. Alright, is there... Okay, I guess not. I assumed it would be like bookshelves, like in Dragon Quest III. You know, it'd probably help if I actually walked... You're going too fast for the menu. Let's see. My inventory is full, but I still might as well check. I'd appreciate it if you took my button inputs, game. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean... a little unsettling when those secrets may involve the lives of others, or may be at the cost of the lives of others. Okay, and of course all the equipment shops are closed, and there's a church, but we don't really need to use it right now. Yeah, let's go up here. 24601. Well, excuse me while I raid your drawers here. Really? Nothing? Okay, well, fine. Have it your way. Any secret at the end of the hallway? Nah. I thought I might as well check, at least. I'm being a thorough gamer. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else to town aside from the weapon and armor shop. See? Look. These ones are labeled. Why can't the one in our town be like that? Oh yeah, I forgot that's the church. We don't need to go there. Who needs church when you've got Bowser? A little on the strange side there. But whatever. Now, if I recall correctly, I believe there's like a secret way we're supposed to go. It's like 4 paces down and then some amount of paces to the east. I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't remember the exact secret, but like, I think an NPC during the day tells you the secret, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. Please drop an antidote herb. Man, I did not want to waste the one I had, but okay. I think I might be one road down, maybe. I do remember there's a secret here. Or maybe, can you not find it unless you, Can you not find it unless you actually speak to the NPC about it? I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm trying to remember the sequence of events in this game. Like, what leads to what. And I cannot remember for the life of me. Did I use a guide for this game? I don't think I did. Like, I feel like this game was straightforward enough to the point where I didn't really need a guide. But at the same time, I'm really tired, so maybe I'm just being especially dumb right now. Yeah, you better run, bud. Alright, let's check this row. Well, I feel like it wasn't down this low. I think I might need to go further up. Well, on the plus side, we get more grinding in this way, so that's cool. No, I don't need I don't need more medical herbs. Get that out of my inventory. Let's see, where was it? Well, I mean, it's daytime. I might as well visit the town again and talk to the daytime NPCs. And what's my gold look like? Okay, not too bad. Alright, oh yeah, town's immediately more lively. Alright, well, let's let's break into someone's room here. Well, that's cool to know. Let's see, anyone else in the bathhouse right now? No, not really. Do you guys have anything new to say? No, the cat's up here though. That's cool. I'm on it. Believe me. Oh, cool. That was your first indication. How am I supposed to talk to that second person? There we go. I already heard your story. Oh, cool. I mean, hey, nice to have aspirations, but I mean... It's like... stuff and things. Nope, out of the way. Thank you. Or, I said out of the way to a wall. Yeah, that's how things work. Let's see, what do you got? Iron Spear. That's our next goal, apparently. Let's see, you have any better defensive equipment? Bronze armor. Half-plate armor. That's a little out of our wheelhouse, though. Bronze armor seems reasonable to shoot for, though. But, you know, at the same time, maybe I will just go for it. Because why not, right? Let's go talk to him again. I think we're supposed to go back to Burland. Okay, yeah, I think we're supposed to go back to Burland and then talk to an NPC there, and I think... Oh, okay, yeah, I'm starting to remember the sequence of events. Okay. I think I'm gonna grind a bit here, though, because enemies give a lot of XP here. And we want to focus on getting more defensive equipment, too. Yeah, no, I'm remembering the sequence of events now. It's, I'm not gonna spoil it. But, I mean, also, who knows when I'll next play this on stream. Oh, yeah, we'll go for the giant worm first. Yeah, check that out. I'm debating whether or not I should just talk about what happens in the plot, but, you know, never mind. I'm not even going to. If it's technically a blind playthrough and it's labeled as no spoilers, I will give no spoilers. But the plot for this game is actually pretty good. I like it. At least from what I've played. I haven't actually seen a lot of the plot, but it's cool. I like it. Also, I think the secret I was thinking about was south of the sign, not south of the town. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's all stuff that happens later. Hey, cool, that's just more XP for me. I was hoping they'd call another reinforcement. Okay, we're at 471. That's not bad. To be honest, I didn't really decide what I was going to shoot for yet. I just kind of decided I'd come out and do level grinding. Poison now, though. Let's get out of here. Alright, good sir. I'm going to sell one of my medical herbs, because I'm pretty sure my inventory is full. And I mean, 6 gold is 6 gold. I still don't know what the fairy water does. Is it like holy water where it, like, lures enemies away from you? Or it repels enemies? I don't know. Wait, you know, I bought that antidote herb forgetting I was actually poisoned. Maybe it helped to actually use it. There we go. This game's fun sometimes. Also, I need to relax. My back is aching. I took a really long walk after work today, and boy, that was a surefire sign that I am out of shape because it hurt like crazy coming back home. I took a really long walk today. I was gone for almost an hour. But I was just craving exercise. I just wanted to get out of the house and actually get up and move because I work from home, so I don't really get the opportunity to exercise all that much anymore. I thank you for not running. I think we're going to be hitting level 9 soon, too. Well, I can't say soon. The priest person said we had like 300 XP left, so we're honestly probably still a ways away from that. At least grinding for gold's a thing, though. We can just do that for the time being. Don't run this time? Well, okay. Cool. Thank you. I love when you do the exact opposite of what I want you to do, game. Alright, let me check on something. Oh, don't you love when emulators stutter like that? It's so perfect. There we go. Oh, and we're dropping frames. Hell yeah, it's a party up in here. Yeah, once I finish my coffee, I'm going to bed. I know that's kind of the opposite of what you do when you drink coffee, but I'm tired, man. I am ready for bed. Coffee doesn't really wake me up either. It wakes me up when I want it to, but, like, I kind of wanted just a burst of energy so I could do something tonight, because I feel like I was working all day and didn't really get to do much before or after work, or before work for that matter. Wow, I was right the first time. So, this is mostly just a for me thing. I just wanted to do something that felt semi-productive. I keep trying to write my book, but the book is hard to write. If you've ever attempted to write a novel, you know how it can be. I'm on chapter 7 of my book now. It is about 30,000 words deep. So, that's almost the length of a regular novel, actually. That's like just 20,000 words away from being the length of a regular novel. And the story's still beginning, and it's kind of a chapter between a couple characters that haven't really been touched upon in the book yet. And it just feels so slow. But I feel a sense of necessity for writing a slow chapter. Like, I don't want to have so much happening in the book that it feels overwhelming. So I kind of want to write, I want to write some chapters that just are like, just like intimate character moments, but at the same time, I've sort of made a rule for myself with this book. Like, a chapter can't be shorter than 3,000 words, and it can't be longer than 5,000. And the chapter I've been struggling with for like a week is only 1,600 words long so far. And it's not that it's boring. Like, I'm sure when you read it, the pacing is just fine. It's a really cute chapter between a couple characters that everyone's been like, oh my gosh, are they gonna get together? And, spoilers, they do get together because they're both drunk assholes, but I love them. And, where was I going with that? Oh yeah. It's a really cute scene. The pacing's alright. I just suck at writing. I suck at committing to my own books sometimes because I'm so burnt out from the last time I committed to a long-form book. And, I mean, it's book 5 in a series that's been going for years now, though. So maybe I'm just burnt out on the series. But I also could be burnt out on writing, though, because I've tried writing other books before and I can never really get a good start on them. Wait. So if we kill that thing with 16 damage, I feel like I've seen some of those demon stumps that have taken 20 damage and still haven't gone down. Am I crazy? Also nice. We're at 690 gold. But I feel like I've seen some that take longer to kill. Maybe it's just me not paying attention to the numbers. That's probably exactly what's happening. Of course it does. Well, it's gonna miss because we have the highest defense we can get right now. I think we'll stop grinding once we hit like 800. I almost said 8,000, but we'd be here all night. I do not want to grind that much because my legs still ache from sitting down for so long today, so I don't want to be sitting for too long. I'll probably take a break once we hit like the hour threshold. I just tried combining the words threshold and benchmark. Leave it to the author to make fun of words, or make up words. I'm not delirious, you guys are. Honestly, maybe I will just stream for an hour today. I don't have a whole lot of energy. It's fun though. I'm enjoying getting back into this. And when I get my new gaming computer, I want to start streaming Xenoblade again. I want to start working on my New Game Plus file and seeing about getting through the game as fast as possible before Xenoblade 3 comes out. I probably won't do Future Connected because I haven't actually beaten that yet. But I'll probably just play through the main story, and same for Xenoblade 2. I haven't played the Golden Country either. I've only played the main story, so I'll probably just do New Game Plus run-throughs of those two games. Huh, so I think the secret in the forest is only open when you've actually heard about it from an NPC. That's kind of what I'm gathering here. Have I mentioned how much I love this battle theme? I've loved it since before I even really knew Dragon Quest. Just this, Is it gonna run? Okay. Just like that swell of music. Like that. And then the way it goes all quiet here. It's like, the composer himself may not have been a very great person, but you can't deny his composition skills. Like, that battle theme straight up sounds like a classical music piece done in 8-bit. It's really well composed, and I like it. You know, I would have gone for the giant worm first, just in case the dive rat decided to call reinforcements, but I was drinking coffee and only had one hand on the controller, so I mean, what do you expect me to do? Go through the effort of actually selecting the enemy I want to kill? Nah. Let's see, where are we at? 769. Nice. We're making pretty decent progress in our gold grinding. I feel like having such expensive equipment at the beginning of the game is sort of a good incentive to force you to grind. I think that's a good idea. Because it's like, hey, this game's only gonna get harder, so get all the levels you can now, because you may not stand a chance against some of these later enemies. I tell you what, Dragon Quest III got pretty brutal towards the end. The regular enemies weren't that bad. Some of them were actually pushovers, but the bosses, ooh, the bosses can be tough. Alright, I decided I'd actually select the enemy I want to kill this time. Because you know that slime was going to run that turn. Man, there's something charming about 8-bit RPGs, man. Are there any more turn-based RPGs on the NES? We've got the Dragon Quest series. We've got Final Fantasy. I guess you can count Fire Emblem. And then, you got Mother 1. What are some other good turn-based RPGs for the NES? I'd really like to try more, like, outside of the scope of what I usually play. I know there's that game Sweet Home, which is like the, alleged inspiration for the Resident Evil series, and that's like a turn-based horror RPG series. But I definitely want to give some more a try. I'm a huge fan of turn-based games in general, so I'll probably enjoy whatever's recommended to me, to be honest. Unless the story is like an absolute drag, but even then I'll probably find some enjoyment out of it because, unlike a lot of people, I am not a critic. I play games to enjoy them, not to criticize them. Seems like a foreign concept these days if you use Twitter, but I no longer use Twitter, so I'm good. Also, did I get poisoned again? Yes, I did. Gosh dang it. Let's just rest at the end so it's daytime and buy a new item. Yes, thank you. You know, I'm also so used to playing Dragon Quest 1 on the NES that it feels weird to hear the regular end theme in 8-bit and not the end theme from Dragon Quest 1. Also, you know what, instead of being stupid like I was last time, I'm going to use this right now and then buy a second one while I'm still here. So that way we don't have to, although ultimately it's probably going to use the same amount of time, even if I didn't do that, but, you know, details. Sorry I keep adjusting how I'm sitting. Like I said, I've been sitting all day at work, so it's like uncomfortable to sit down right now. So, I'd stand if I could, but I don't have one of those raising desks. It'd be really cool to have one of those though, but like I said, my back's kind of messed up from the walk I took earlier as well, so I think I just need to sleep. That's why I probably won't be streaming for too much longer. But if you came to watch, I appreciate it. It's fun to just kind of hang out. And Dragon Quest games are chill. Playing this late at night, I feel like having a chill game like this to play is really awesome. Because, I mean, all we're doing most of the time is grinding, and I see no issue with that. If you've played old school Dragon Quest, you know you're probably going to do a lot of grinding anyway. But that's not an issue. This is kind of one of the charms of these old school games, and that's why I like them. It takes patience to beat, and that's something that I like to kind of test in video games. Not by the games being annoying per se, but by testing your persistence and ability to just kind of let yourself relax a little bit. Grinding is relaxing to me. It's never been an ordeal. Well, I can't say never. I did go through a period in my life where my patience started to wear down, and grinding started feeling more like an ordeal to me. Like, I'd get to a point where it's like, well, I don't want to play these games because I don't want to spend all this time grinding for what feels like a billion years. But, you know, I kind of grew up appreciating this part of RPGs. Mostly because I didn't actually know grinding was a thing in a lot of RPGs. When I first played Final Fantasy IX, I sped through the game without doing much grinding, and yeah, I'm gonna abandon that thing. And then I got to Disc 4 somehow. I don't know how I survived that long, to tell you the truth, but I somehow survived all the way to Disc 4 without really doing much grinding. And then I got to the boss before the final boss, and it cast an instant death spell on me, but it was like death level 5 or something. And as a kid, I thought it was more like a level check. It's like, oh, if you're below a certain level, that's just gonna kill everyone. And I'm like, oh, well, crap. I did like no grinding the whole game, and it did ultimately kill my whole party, and I ended up giving up. But then I later found out that death level 5 means that it only kills your party members if it's... Ooh, an antidote herb. Nice. If their level is a multiple of 5, not if they're below a certain level threshold. So, prior to that fight, I specifically grinded my whole party to make sure they were either just before or just after a multiple of 5, and was perfectly safe from the spell. So, it worked out, and then I finally made it to the end of the game. And I cried. Final Fantasy IX's ending is probably my favorite ending of all time in video games. No game has ever spoken to me the way the ending of Final Fantasy IX did. The lesson that game teaches is so incredible and just so profound that it's like, that's a lesson I'm going to take with me my whole damn life. It is so good. I'm not going to say anything about it because I feel like that's a spoiler, but it's so good. And I feel like it's a perfect message for people who feel like they don't really know what they're doing with their lives. It's kind of like that. And I played that game during a period in my life where it felt like everything was just crap and everything sucked. It felt like I sucked. It's just all sorts of stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. My most recent playthrough of that game, all the way through, was during that kind of period in life where everything was just terrible to me, and I couldn't really enjoy much. I was confused, lost, just stressed out all the time, which I kind of am now, but I'm not as confused and lost as I was, so that's a few less things, but it was a rough period in life. I had moved to a new state with Kayla, and had no idea what we were doing, if we had any support in terms of finding our own place or anything, which we didn't. And then, I played that game. I think I played it right after... Oh no, I played it before I did my Xenoblade Marathon. I was finally getting close to the end of Final Fantasy IX. In the months prior, I had spent a fair amount of time making as much progress in that game as I could, because I knew that this time I wanted to finally beat the game. I didn't want to just set it aside anymore and get close to the end, but then never beat it. So I put in the time to grind a whole bunch. I did all my grinding on the, I think it's called the Forgotten Continent, and, or is that technically a spoiler too? I don't know, but it's nothing too major, it's just a certain location in the game, but I did a lot of grinding there, and it took a billion years because that's definitely not the best place for grinding, but it felt like it at the time. And then I used the fast forward function a little bit until I realized the Switch version of Final Fantasy IX sucks, and using the fast forward function in conjunction with the auto battle function can make the game crash, and you lose a lot of progress if you do that without saving. So I feel like I was saving like every 3 or 4 battles because the game would keep crashing. But I powered through. I got everyone up to like level 75 or 76 by the end of the game. Because you don't really need to be that high level to beat the game. I think the game expects you to be around like the 60s or something by the time you get to the end. But I got around to the 70s, and I freaked out when I finally beat the boss before the boss before the final boss. And then when I finally beat the game, I just sat there and processed what happened. Cried my eyes out for a bit, and am now very happy and content with how everything turned out. I love Final Fantasy IX so much, and I still personally consider it to be one of my favorite games of all time. I wouldn't consider it my absolute favorite, but it's definitely up there. Alright, we're gonna use another medical herb. Or actually, you know what? You know what I can do? We don't need 2 antidote herbs. Let's throw one away. I know we can literally just go to the item shop and sell it, but I'm lazy. Alright, let's see. We can get the bronze armor, or the iron shield. We'll go for the bronze armor, because if it's more expensive, generally it provides better defense. So let's check it out. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's a pretty hefty increase. So let's sell our old one. Chainmail, yeah. I was gonna say, we should get a fair amount of gold back for that, because the chainmail was pretty expensive. Hey, can we already buy the shield? Nah, not yet. We still need 50 more gold for that one. Well, let's check it out. Wow. Ragnar's become a strong boy. Anyway, I'm gonna call that the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming along. This is already a fun journey, and I may stream more of this, I may not, we'll see. I'm hoping to get back to my regular Xenoblade streams at some point, but I decided to do this on a whim because I just wanted to play this game, and just stream it, because it's a fun experience. I hope you guys have a decent night, and I will see you next time.